Hello everybody, my name is Zelinator and welcome back to Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld, episode 443. Here we are. The reason why we're here at the Enderman farm is because, what are you doing again? Oh yeah, that's right, I needed to collect 139 levels. And so I started working on that last week, and then it got late. And so the amount of time required, as y'all can see, I'm only here at 82. I'll probably do more of this on my own time. I'll just clear out everyone that's here currently. Yeah, we're still working on the glass snow globe. And a thought occurred to me while I was working on that. I realized I'm kind of doing it wrong. It's not going to end up looking like a snow globe because I realize I need to make sure both sides are curved correctly. And where's the thingy? It's this way. I need to make sure both sides are curved correctly. Because right now, I'm only basing the curve on one side, and I kind of forgot I'm going to need to whip out the circle generator. Beep, beep. Excuse me. So many ender pearls. Eventually, this whole system's going to end up filling up. We're going to worry about that when the time comes, though. For now, one thing at a time. So yeah, I was working on soul speed, and I'm going to remember. Let me just put it over here. I was really hoping I would get to level 139, and then that ended up not happening. But yeah, I need 139 levels because I need to feel like I earn the ability to enchant the boots. So I don't care if it's 139 levels, I just gotta get there. You know, what's gonna end up happening is it's gonna take away 39 because that's how it's gonna turn out to be. That's the maximum enchantment level, and so it's gonna take away 39. I can't enchant it right now because I need to get to 139 levels to feel like I deserve to put soul speed on my boots. Anyways, we'll deal with that later. One thing at a time for now. Beep beep everybody. Don't mind me. I remember back when I was first playing Minecraft, taking on the Ender Dragon years ago. I remember wearing a pumpkin was part of my tactic. And I'm way over here. Realize, though, as time passed, that's not really necessary. The Endermen aren't that big of a threat. What am I currently at? Day 6,334, about to be 35. Here we are, 1.16.3, release candidate 1. They skipped the pre-releases, went straight to one release candidate for 1.16.3, and then boom, 1.16.3. I don't currently know what the schedule is, but we are relatively close to having a whole week left of free time. Currently it's about a week and 2 days. Perhaps I should say it's exactly a week and 2 days. And how did I end up with an odd number of bacon? Alright, so we are going this way. I'll whip out my circle generator when we get there. I'll say Minewit's the one I've been using. First created something 2012. And I think that 13 years later there's an update for it. Every so often it receives an update. I don't know what's up with the UI scaling. They were supposed to be improved. I don't see much of a difference. That's okay, I suppose. You know what? Let's look at this real fast. So this is 1, this is 2. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna pick up these, and we're gonna make this look a little bit more complete. That's better. Because there's a tree over here that I chopped down. And so those are some of the leaves that remained. Anyways, unimportant. Let's head off in this direction. And away we go. Excuse me, Mr. Pig. Yawn, I say, as if it's been a long day. I ended up catching up on work this morning. Because later, I'm gonna keep playing more Secret of the Mimic. I don't have any thingies in here. Hello, bees. Is it that time again? 1, 2. That puts me at 12. Hooray. So that means we've now maximized the amount of bees we can have in here if I did the math right. I don't want to find out, so we're just going to say bee count 12. For all I know, there's only 11 in there. But I'd rather not push the luck and make sure that I have more than enough than what is required. So, now that we have more bees in there, I'm going to need to get more nests and hives. I'm hoping to get another nest, but that'll probably have to wait a little bit. So I'll put in some hives. Oh, in fact, I already got the honey in the bottles, right? Yeah, I should have gotten the honeycombs. Thankfully, I can make 2 nests from that. But that's later. It's gonna take a little bit before the bees need to repopulate anyway. So we're currently at 12 bees. We're gonna have a maximum of 24. Man, the farm's doing pretty good. I'm not gonna test out the system. You know, why not? I'll wait a little bit longer. Some of the weed and stuff hasn't fully grown yet. I'd rather maximize the profit. So, I'll just need to stick around a little bit longer. Thankfully, I'll be working right over here. So this is where things get interesting, because the way I'm currently going to build the snow globe, it's not going to end up looking like a snow globe. You can already see it's going to end up looking like a flying saucer because it's flat. Because every layer, I subtract a layer, when what I should be doing is taking the curve. I can't just make a circle, I need to make a sphere. Which means not only am I going around in a mathematically correct circle, I need to go up and around in a mathematically correct circle. But I don't feel like dealing with that right now. And I don't know which layer we're currently on. I'll have to count. Oh, I guess 0. As I work, I'll count. Alright, anyways, let's get this generator now. Okay, so pretty sure what I do is I go up and then I go inward. So this is 1. I'm gonna think about this backward. Where's my silk touch? Okay, so this is silk touch. Alright, first we're gonna count the radius. So this one's already done. I should say diameter. So this one's already done. So this is 1, 2. It's 31. Sounds accurate. Alright, so now I have the circle I need to construct. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yawn. Alright, so then that means so if I need to go 1 block inward, maybe that is what I'll do. Because if I were to just build up all the way from here, then I just have to focus on going in. Now I'll just do this one thing at a time. Let's make the border thin, because that's how I'm working on here. So it's 7, we're no longer 9 wide, we're now 7 wide. Well, you know what I could do? I can look down and mirror. Oops. Oh. I can look down and mirror how things need to be. Alright, I think I know what I'm doing. Famous last words. There's why I'm filling these extra blocks in, is because I need to make sure that this is already taken care of, since the next layer is not going to cover these. So we're filling them in now. I will say though, oops, that's not right. I'm pretty sure that the higher up I go, the increase in difficulty it'll be to see what layer is directly beneath me. Back at the start. Yep, alright, so now what I need to do, I need to copy that one. So if I set that there, one, two, three. One, one, one. I think. Yes. And it's 2 and 1. This may not end up being a good snow globe, but this will at least be close enough to what I need. They'll still be recognizable, I should say, even if it ends up looking a little flat. I think sun's going down. I'm seeing a whole lot of 1s, 2s, and 3s in my head, trying to keep track of all this stuff. I think, though, before we keep moving, we'll catch some Z's, reset the weather timer, then we'll go from there. Can't sleep yet. Eyes turn red, you can go to bed. Is that trader there always? Wonder how long he's been standing there. Come on, Moon. There you go. Alright, cool. Back to work, I'd say. So that's 3. There's 2, then 1. I wonder what I'm going to end up doing with this. I still haven't even decided how I want to design the the house on the inside. I'll figure that out when I do. Wait, is this 4? 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, that is 4. Didn't realize that. Alright, how are we doing on glass? We're down to our last 3 stacks here, but I'm pretty sure we still have a shulker box full of it. Hooray, hooray. Alright, cool. So with that one done, that was width of 31. I'll shrink that down to a width of 39 now. Alright, and so next is 732111 instead of 1111. Don't worry about the math. Alright, so yeah, we really did just shrink it down from... Okay, not important. So we start here. 7, well, hold up, we don't start there. Maximize efficiency. This is first you lay down the 7, and then using that same block, you lay down the next corner. Hopefully as we get closer to the top, this will be easier. I just have to deal with all the math, all the big math now. But as we get up there, it'll be simpler. That was my 2, right? So if that's the 2, this is my 3, then that makes this the 7. Sneeze attack, go. Pew pew. Alright, we're all good. Until it flies round again and attacks once more. But for now we wait. We won't be waiting long, I feel. Okay. Let's see if it comes back for round 3. Speaking of 3, let me place down 3 glass blocks there. And then the other 3. Hooray, we're almost done. Almost done with this radius, this diameter. There we go. Maybe I should say circumference, because we're going all the way around. We are circumnavigating this globe, even though this globe is going to end up looking really flat here. I'm already seeing it. I had the prediction back before, but because it was only a little inward, we were going down. Wasn't able to tell super. Alright, so now we bring it down to 27. 7, 3, 1, 2. See, these were things I had little interest in. In fact, hold on. Let me make sure. So we are not the farthest inward. Everything in here needs to be filled in. Except for the last layer. So it looks like it's the 4 on the corners that need to be filled in. Well, if this had corners. So every glass down there, that's not the last row, essentially. Thankfully, I'm not going to get this cheat sheet once I pass this next row, because there won't be any reference guides down there. I'm really hoping I'm putting these in the right area. I'm pretty sure. At least with a radius this small, it'll be alright. Alright, so now it's still 7, 7, 3, 1, 2. And then in reverse, 2, 1. Yeah, so 2, 1, 3, 7. Howdy, y'all. All y'all, welcome back. You wave over, but wait, there will be more. I don't know when. Alright, hold on. Let me grab toilet paper real fast, because now the sneezes. It's that time again. Alright, we're good for now. So we're looking at 7, 7, 3, 1. Two, 1, 2. Then 1, 1, 2, 3. I guess having cooler temperatures is indeed a good thing. I was looking at the weather this morning over here as well. I believe it'll also be cooler. I don't know when, but in terms of it being cooler, I'm gonna have to go on the roof and put a camera up there when I can. I didn't feel like doing it last week because it was toasty, but it is now moderately cooler. So maybe I'll go up and do it today. Alright, that one's done, so we go down to diameter of 25, because it's funnier than 24. Alright, so it's still 7. It really likes being 7 blocks in width. And it's going to take us all the way down to 17, so we're on 25 because it's 20er than 24. Oh, sun going down? Soon. Okay, so we are at 2, 3, I should say 7, 2, 2, 1, 1. I'm looking down here, but it occurred to me, I don't think I would see if any of the blocks need to be down there, which means I'll have to figure this out as I go along. So it's 7, 2, which means I think I might have to fill this one in. I don't know, but we'll sleep, that way I can see easier. The Zella moon rises. That's my hand being in the way. Alright, so 7222. Start here. Oops, that's not here. So I was right. So I'll need to fill in that one there. So the 3 on each side is connected to the 1. Let me take care of this real fast. That way I don't have to think about it later. I'll probably have to combine one more though. So then it's 2, 2, 1. Which means I think we also need that 1 block in the middle as well. Hooray, math. I'm getting hungry. It's gonna be time to eat soon. Okay, so this is 1. 1, then another 2. Oh, hold up. Let me grab all this real fast. We probably won't be needing any more than that. This should be plenty. Alright, so 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. Then another 2. I feel like I had this question however long ago. Mobs don't spawn on glass, right? Why do I feel like we had this discussion at some point, oopsies, within the past few months? And I'm pretty sure I did some testing. And I want to say I verified that whatever version I was in, mobs do not spawn on glass. And the reason why I remember discussing that is because I built something out of glass and was thinking to myself, do I need to light it up? And then I think the answer came out to be no. Glass properties, with what type of block they are, changed a few times throughout Minecraft's history. Which is why I'm trying to keep my information up to date with the version I'm currently in, which sometimes gets a little confused with old versions. Because I'm pretty sure for a while, you could not put torches on glass. Or I should say when glass was first implemented, you could put torches on glass. And then the block type changed, and you can no longer put torches on glass. And then eventually, sometime in release, you were able to put torches on glass again, because it became solid enough. Alright, so now we're at 23, 7, 2, 2, 1. Howdy, Paul, welcome back. Where was I starting? I think that was over here. There's 2. There's another 2, and there's the 1, which means I might not need to fill in any extra glass. My weekend rent went alright. It was tiring. I should say Friday was. Oop, oop, oop. Let's not fall. Yeah, I'm good. Real glass. I'm pretty sure this glass is real. I'm walking around on it. This isn't bedrock, where I build an entire structure, then watch it one by one all disappear. I already feel the difference. I know we're not going to run out of glass, because I can already see how much left, how many blocks left there are. If I built this as a proper sphere, I'd be using a lot more glass, because this needs to be elongated. Well, I don't know how to make a sphere out of only circles. I'd have to find a dedicated sphere generator. Alright, well 23 is done, as each row gets faster and faster, so now we're on 21. 7, 2, 1, 1, 1. There's a 7, 1, 2. Which means I think I might have to fill those in. We're gonna find out. Alright, so now it is doing the individual ones is kind of annoying, because you have to place down one block, then you can place down another 2 blocks, and then you have to get rid of that one. Too hot out. Fall, hasn't it been cooling down though? It's been cooling down over here a little bit. By a good 15 degrees. Compared to last week. Or the week before. It got real hot right before summer. And then summer started. And the temperature said, let me back off a little bit. Perhaps all the heat we had here went over to you. Unfortunately, not much rain. Sad times. Perhaps when the time is right, we shall acquire more. Acquire, as if we hold on to. It's only one of 2. Correct. Just making sure I'm still doing this right. Alright, so next. So that was 21. Now we're at 19. So instead of 1, 1, 1, it is now 1, 1. Howdy, howdy. You say old friend as if I've known you for a long time. If I have known you for a long time, I wouldn't have known. 7, 2, 1, 1. $97 Fahrenheit, up to 109. Thankfully, it hasn't been 109 here yet this summer. Says if the summer's already started. We're 2 days in the summer. Oh no, it has not been 109 this season. The highest I think was 103, maybe 104. I'm sure we'll pass 110 by the time September rolls around. No, but what is this? This is a snow globe that currently does not have snow. It will have snow, just you wait. but no snow yet. Oops. I'm working on it. It's not gonna look like a snow globe because I don't know how to build spheres, and it's kind of too late in the building process to look up a sphere generator. 109 feels like 109. Oh, I see. But now we sleep as the tiny Zella moon rises. Seven, 2, 1, 1. I should just send it off here. Save me the humiliation of having a terrible looking sphere. That's okay, I guess. But hooray! We made it. 17. That means we no longer have 7 blocks wide. We finally got to bump down to 5 after so long. So that means we absolutely are going to need to fill this in because I need to reduce the gap here. Peanut butter with salmonella? How do you get... How does peanut butter end up with salmonella? Alright, so it's 5, then 2, then another 2, which means I have to fill this one in as well. So it's 5, then 2. Nationwide recall? Oh no. Oh man. That's why I have Skippy. Truth be told, I generally don't have a preference. We only ever buy Skippy, from what I know. Okay, so then it's 2. And then I have to make a little triangle of 3. I wonder just how much peanut butter ended up getting infected. How do you introduce salmonella to peanut butter? Yari ellipsoid? Interesting. I always thought salmonella was a contact thing. Oops, I did something wrong at some point. Alright, so, doesn't matter because we're already done. Next. 15. 5, 2, 1. And it looks like I'm already set up for that. Cool. Being sick with salmonella would indeed be very unfortunate. So it's 5, 2, 1. Hold up. 1, 2. Did I forget to fill this in? Was I supposed to fill that in? Hold on. Did I forget a corner? Did I not do this one right? Something tells me I didn't do this one right. It's 5, then the 2, which goes there. And the 1's supposed to be there. Please pick this up. Hooray! So yeah, I guess I didn't do this one right because that one's supposed to be like that. So is it really 3, 2? Are the corners really connected? No, because it's 2, triangle, 2. Hold on, I did this corner wrong. Never heard of salmonella. Okay, so I gotta remember, the next level we start is 13. So let me go back to 17 because it's the 5, the 2. So that's 5, 2, triangle, 2. Keep saying triangle even though it's just how I process it. It's 5, 2, triangle, 2, which means I think what I didn't do was this. Maybe that's what I did wrong. So the question is this all connected? Where it's 7, 3, 2, all connected. 7, 3, 2, 2, 3, 7, 7, 2, 3, 2, 7. Okay, we're gonna hope that's all right. And move on to level 13. 5, 2. Well, that was fast. We're already almost done. Alright, next. Level 11. 5, 1. Which means this block's gonna have to be filled in. I'm pretty sure each of these 4 corners, the way I placed down the assisting block, I'm pretty sure each of these 4 corners has a different sequence. There's no one dedicated pattern I repeat all the way around. Unless it's 2 sequences and they mirror each other. But now we're on 9. Alright, so then now it's just 5 and 1. So if it's 5 and 1, that makes it. Oh, wait, now we go 5 and 1 all the way around. And 7, 3, and 1. So then that means I have to fill in each of these. Sun's going down. At least we're nearly done here. I'll probably just wrap it up. I just realized, I think it's a good thing I have an odd number of glass. Because for a while I was trying to think, how am I going to get rid of this? But then it occurred to me, wait a minute, if this whole thing is on one singular point, I could just plop down one glass right smack dab in the middle. So then 5 is just 3. Oopsies. I no longer need to place 4 blocks, now I only have to place 2. And so then 3 would just be boop all the way around. Alright, well, I can now close that. Hooray! Send my preview back to live. Alright, so now all I have to do is just fill this in entirely. And I don't feel like having the 1 block up top, so we're going to make it 3. Hooray! So now we'll catch some Z's, reset the weather timer. See how it's all looking. Wait, hold on. There's a Zombo down there. Why is there darkness? I have all these torches on me. Let's be smart about this. There's darkness there. There's darkness over there. How about I fill everything between that light, that line of light I have going on? Oop, I didn't realize how hungry I was. Alright, cool. I'll still be able to heal, just slowly because I don't have hunger all the way full. Buddy, I don't need your iron. I'll take it anyway. It'll be useful at some point. But yeah, we're just gonna light up this whole area now. Because we're gonna do it while I have the torches on me. Good job me of the past making all these torches. Excuse me, zombies, I'm working here. After this, we'll be grabbing the snow and building our little igloo or something. I don't know what type of house I'll be putting on the inside. I haven't figured that out yet. Huzzah! Maybe I'll light up in here as well, at least for now. Once I get the snow in place, I'll have to do something else. Because the torches will melt the snow. Had no power for a couple of days. That's unfortunate. Usually when they do work on mines and whatnot over here, the most it's out is most of a day. I think the last time they were doing something it was out for 14 hours. So either 14 or 16 hours. Alright, so this is the torch line that has lighting bugs at chunk borders for reasons I don't know. Because they were supposed to fix this back in 1.14 and I'm pretty sure they did. I'm starting to be a little unhappy with 1.15. I'm starting to like 1.14 more because 1.14 fixed the lighting. And then 1.15 introduced the lag spike crossing over certain chunk borders. What happened? I haven't properly measured overall gameplay performance. But I think to myself, I don't remember this chunk border crossing thing being an issue. But alas, here it is. Alright, now we can sleep. Reset the weather timer. Alright, let's see. How's it looking? Let's go over to the side where I have the stuff happening. In fact, let me get rid of my glass or not the glass, the dirt real fast. I'll need to come back with more dirt, but I'll do that later. Alright, so let's take a nice look at this. Huzzah! Oh my gosh, it's a pyramid. It's a rounded pyramid. This doesn't look like a snow globe at all. Where did you steal that dirt from? Oh my gosh, this looks terrible. This is not what I wanted. Oh well. Man, at this point I should have just made my own circles. Oh, it's so bad. Oh well. It's over now, that's the important part. Let's just toss all that and pack up. We're moving out. We're gonna come back here with a bunch of dirt and I don't know, we'll go from there. We'll figure out what to do next. What we're gonna eat first. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, when I come back with dirt. In fact, hold on, let me just take care of this now, perhaps. Or, better idea, I take care of it later when I have extra dirt. Because this area I'd like to clean up. Maybe I should do something with this pathway here. Maybe I should incorporate this pathway with whatever I have going on. Which means I will have to start taking over that area underneath the end islands. I could carve it out, and no, I'm not doing that. What I would do is carve it out and replace the floor with concrete. Black concrete, make it kind of look like the end. Although my end doesn't look black anymore, it looks green. Maybe I should replace it with green concrete. I feel like though green might be too bright. I might have to use green hardened clay. Or green stained clay. Snow pyramid. Paul, are you behind? Paul, are you watching live? I say. Make sure the little button at the bottom left is red and not gray. Alright, mob drops, most of which go here. Well, I found my snowballs, but I'm pretty sure I have the snow block somewhere else. But before I forget, Zombo flesh and spider eyes go in here. Alright, so now everything else is this way. Alright, so we are looking for... That's right, I forgot all that coal in there because of the glass I was cooking. In fact, let's go check on the glass now. So what I'll do is... Let me put all that away first. Then we're going to take the shulker box, and... You're alive? Alright, cool. I just felt like a late response. In fact, even that felt like a late response. Alright, so let me go grab the goods. I don't know if I'm going to need extra coal, but with the amount of coal I had in the ender chest, we're going to hope that's enough. Because I was right. Let's put that down real fast. Let's grab all of this. Because we have some furnaces to refuel. Real glass. If this is supposed to be a reference to something, I don't know what this real glass is referencing. I don't keep up with modern day internet culture much. Alright, and that was one more we have to do. Testing 1, 2, 3, indeed. You could see how late it'll show up on screen. If you're watching the chat on the bottom right. Alright, I think we're all good. Hooray. And I have some coal left over. Can't say I know who Jack Perry is, but I'll take your word that whatever happened did indeed happen. And are all my flowers here? There was a time where Enderman kept stealing my flowers. I need to make sure that all my flowers are still here. Oh, you're not doing good. Let me go grab some iron real fast. You know what? I should replace these with stairs. I don't need planks anymore. I should dig those all up. Put stairs down. Alright, so let's put all this coal back for whenever I have more stuff that needs to be cooked up. Let me grab that iron. You know, maybe I should just keep this in here. I know I have the yellow sugar box for sand. Why don't I just keep the glass in here? $7-Eleven to get a Coney hot dog. I have hot dogs at home. I don't feel like going to 7-Eleven for any hot dogs. I don't know what I'll have for lunch. Not hot dogs, though. Pretty sure I have tacos. I'll figure that out in another hour. Alright, where'd the golem go? Hey, buddy. You could use some work done. There you go. That's better. He hasn't taken damage in a while. Rest in peace. It's no longer here. RC1 to RC2? That's right, he only survived for about 3 versions. Because he was there in the first RC1. Then he was around in RC2 that was labeled as RC1. And then he made a return, or I should say his final stream was the second RC2 upload. The one that fixed the name. I know there was a third RC2 upload, but I don't know if he was around by then. Just going through making sure all my golems are in good shape. Feels like they are. Because I keep clicking around and nothing's happening. Yeah, I don't know what happened. A lot of iron golems, all the iron golems that I moved out of here, feels like they sort of disappeared. I don't know where they ended up. Oh well. I'll probably just toss that in there because I don't particularly feel like grabbing it. I need food. Nom 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 nom. Hello, Mr. Underman. Where did you come from? Under normal circumstances, I'd say thank you for the pearls, except with the amount of pearls I already have, I don't particularly need more. Sorry, but this is my Iron Golem army. I need to keep my Iron Golem army in tip-top shape because the slime army's not gonna give up. Of course, I'm gonna keep up my casual streams. I'll let the world do whatever the world does. And I'm gonna play Minecraft on the Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld for my YouTube stuff. That's not true. We're gonna jump to another series in another couple months or so. So we have all of July and about a week left of June. And then shortly into August, it'll be time to put UMP on break again. So we'll go do another series. Those of you that was talking about the Iron Golem Revolution or something last week, I feel like someone was talking about that. Like one day the golems will revolt. Doesn't feel like they're revolting though. They're just slowly disappearing. And I don't really know where they go, other than I picked up several remains. I needed food, because we're already down to half a stack. Alright, so the next step for my snow globe that does not at all look like a snow globe is I'm gonna grab some building materials, but first I needed dirt. Thankfully, I have some shulker boxes for that. So shulker boxes for dirt and snow blocks. I don't know how much I need. I'll take all of it. I have the space. I'll leave those two behind though. Alright, we start here. We'll take a look-see at how the snow globe's looking. Even though it really doesn't look like a snow globe. It's looking like a drill because of how flat it is. I don't know if it'll be a new series. As of right now, Through the Android is current choice. Because after UMP goes on break, I'm gonna relax for a little bit. I'm gonna take a break from streaming for a little bit altogether. Because I've been a tight schedule. It's been a tight schedule for UMP. Making sure that I hit deadlines properly. And so, I'm gonna take a break for 2 or 3 weeks. I might do a couple of random streams during that time, but then after that it'll be right back into the dedicated 5 streams a week on average. Gonna miss daily streams? They'll be back, I won't be gone too long. It just means I get to catch up on other stuff. Because there are things that are gonna require entire days dedicated to them. For example, There is a video that I want to watch, but you see it's 10 hours and 45 minutes long. I'm not going to watch that unless I could get through it in one sitting. So it means I either have to do that on a Saturday, or I have to do that during a time when I'm not streaming. So I'm thinking I'm going to get through that video by then if I don't find opportunity beforehand. I'm not going to stream it. I have stuff to do. I'm going to put it on as background noise. Alright, we're going to go probably one more layer. One more layer says Mari from Evangelion 2.22. Alright, so then this one goes up. This is too low. And this is where all the dirt comes from. This is another chunk border. Of course it is. Sad times. We're gonna hope 1.17 fixes this. I said the same thing about 1.16, and 1.16 did not fix it. So, we're gonna hope 1.17 for sure fixes it. WWE Raw on Netflix? I don't know Netflix hosted wrestling stuff. When I hear Netflix, I think of a lot of just drama shows when it comes to this stuff. Well, it feels like they do most of this time. Maybe I should keep this. Or let me fill this in first. If Windows is bugging out, I'd say you're doing it wrong. But that's not always true, because I've had Windows issues in the past that are just sort of happen. WWE Raw is a drama show, I guess. But, like, it's not something you would watch on A&E or Oxygen. I don't even know what A&E stands for. So all that's gotta go. I'll probably fill this in. I can bring this forward a little bit. Maybe I should spend this dirt where the dirt needs to be spent, because I'm supposed to fill in that entire under area with dirt, since I don't think I'm going to want to hollow. A&E stands for Adam and Eve. I don't know. I can't deny, because truth be told, in all the years that I've seen A&E ads, not once have I really thought about what A&E stands for. Phone, your computer goes into screensaver mode. I haven't had screensaver enabled on any of my dedicated computers in many, many years, because I always found it annoying. Don't know whether or not that decreases the lifespan of my monitors, but most of the time I'm on. And other times I just need to make sure my computer keeps doing whatever it's doing as I step away for a little while. Oh, you know, like that time I was walking through the Farlands for 10 hours a day. I had to make sure that the stream was up and running and that we were still walking for 10 hours straight. Those were the days. Did you know that was 3 years ago? We passed the 3-year marker on the 19th, I think. Just a few days ago. Yummy oranges under trees. I cannot say I've ever heard of that before. I turn my computer off when I go to bed at night because it's loud and keeps the room warm. It's not that loud, but it's louder than what I want it to be. I sleep better with it off, I should say, because there have been times I've had to leave it on. Hello. Arts and entertainment? There you go, Paul. Answering a question from several minutes ago. Maybe it's just your internet. That's where latency's coming from. Nope. Ah. I didn't want the cobblestone. That's why I used the silk touch pickaxe on the stone in the first place. Green bean wasn't supposed to go boom. And now another green bean went boom. Oh, there's another one. Why is it that every time I find one of these in-depth caves, it's full of green beans? It's like they have very limited spawning, so whenever I uncover a cave, they are crowded in that area. There's another one, because of course, why wouldn't there be? And look, there's 3 more, 4 more even. Oh my gosh, it doesn't end. We're gonna try to get a record though. Think I get a record? The Skellybom's gonna have to move though. Because they can't jump up to me. I might be a little mad though, because if he hits the Zombo's gonna get mad. Come on, hit the green bean. Because you can see, they get hit every so often. The only problem is I don't have the inventory space. Uh-oh. I don't have the inventory space, even if they were to drop a record. That does not particularly matter because I have the record farm regardless. .15 was not just the bee update. They went for a whole bunch of bug fixes and performance improvements. Truth to be told though, I would have to do a real comparison between 1.14 and 1.15 to know if there's a difference, because it very well could be this world where I spend the most amount of time and does not have performance improvements. I'd be totally fine if they did another update that was focused on bug fixes and improvements for both platforms, but I don't know if that's going to happen anymore. I'm going to swap that out since I keep picking up cobblestone, it seems. I've already far passed beta 1.5 to beta 1.7. We're not there anymore. That was years ago. Now I could say that because pretty soon here, it's got to be 4 years since the series started. Just a couple more months. It's gonna be weird to think that the first episode's about to turn 4 years old. Okay, so there's some flooded caves down here, which make it easier for me because that means I don't have to go exploring. Alright, let's go back to that shulker box and put some stuff away. Because I have a lot of stuff on me, and there's a lot of items on the ground that I should pick up. But I don't have the space. And now it's raining. Just toss all that real fast. Alright, hopefully this will be good enough. I should have all the mob drops included in here now. So much for not going exploring. The urge to explore, but the knowledge of my inventory is full. Why'd you choose 1.12 as the version of choice for the reigns? Is it because it rhymes with Africa? Or it has the same syllables? 1.12 Africa. I guess so. Alright, well, we're done exploring. I'm gonna seal that up. Oh, in fact, hold on. It's raining. You know what that means? We need to reset the weather timer. While we do that, let me check on this real fast. That was a very loud squeak. Alright, all good. Alright, so now... So let me grab that dirt and start putting the dirt where the dirt belongs. No, I'll put the snow in here. Alright, this is what I needed the dirt for initially, because I wanted to fill this all in. This cave was generated in Classic. I think earlier I called it an in-dev cave. That was inaccurate. This is indeed a Classic cave. We are currently in the 13A world. 0.0.13A_03 was the version this world was created in. I remember when I first got a hold of 13A, my own copy of it, I was sad I couldn't save anything. But I remember thinking how cool it was. You gotta remember, this was me back in 2013, 2014. Probably 2013 because that was one of the early versions I was able to get a hold of. It was up there with Beta 1.3 and Beta 1.8. I'm really sad though, I had a cool Beta 1.8 world originally. And then I lost it along with all the other stuff from that time. Very unfortunate. I also had a Beta 1.3 world. I don't remember how far I got in there, because I barely remember it. But I had another Beta 1.3 world after that. That one was pretty good. And then I ended up doing a lot of tests on there. I installed single player commands and tool mini items. And then, you know, I visited the far lands. That was back when I was first learning about it, so that had to have been 2013. It was 1.6.2 was the latest version at the time. You notice how I was filling in one area, and then I got distracted with this, and then I picked up all this dirt because I was supposed to keep filling in that one area. We're doing a lot of compulsive terrain smoothing because if I keep spending time over here, I gotta fix this up. How did the primary area get so smooth? Because I took the time to clean it up. This is the time that I clean up this area, especially if I'm going to label this as a new settlement. I still don't have a name for it yet. I haven't figured that out. Turns out I'm terrible with coming up with names. And we're just going to say bye. An extra Ion episode. Who buzzed me? What video was this for? Where's all this coming from? Oh, that's an L. Extra long episode. I don't know whose decision it was to make L's and I's look the same in the font. But whatever. Burger and fries. I feel like people name cats weird things. Alright, there you go. Do I want to fill this in? If I have the dirt. I don't have the dirt on me at this moment, but I have that shulker chest. Or shulker box. Now about, I bring one of those over here. Eventually, in fact, why eventually? Why not just fill that in as well? I brought all this dirt for a reason. This is one of the things to use it for. This whole area, I wanted to clean up, because it was bothering me. Oh, you know what? Maybe this side is much better now. Okay, maybe not here, but... whenever I work on this area, I'll work on cleaning it up. For now, we're going to spend time on smoothing out where I'm working more. I'll just take this one, that's to not get confused. I would indeed appreciate if you were to indeed separate the character designs. You're gonna have to put some extra thought into it, though. I'm in a Discord server with someone who replaces all eyes with exclamation marks. And I think to myself, is the extra brain power required worth it? Whatever point you're trying to prove. Alright, I'll probably work more on this area later, but what I wanted to do was fill in what I was working on earlier, which was down here, because this does not need to be like this. Oh, I remember, this was the chunk border. I should say this was the world border between the two. I remember smoothing this area out. Turns out, changed my mind, we're gonna smooth it out even more. As long as I still have plenty of dirt for what it's supposed to be used for, meaning inside the snow globe, we should be fine. Because I'll need to lay down dirt for filling in the inside, and then the top layer is gotta be snow. The top layer of the floor is gotta be the full snow block. You know, if I wanted, later, when I come back here with snow layers, I could fill those in. I could use the snow layers for, add some detail. That way the ground's not perfectly flat. I placed dirt all over the place rather quickly because, or I should say rather often, because this terrain is a mess and I should smooth it out. I must bring order to this land. Alright, so this right here, this was the next part I was thinking of filling in. Because look at this. What's with these random 3 blocks missing? And why is this one shifted over? I should say 2 of the blocks were missing, one of them was shifted over. And let's not fall off, because that would be... Well, as long as I land not in emptiness, I'll be fine. Yeah, this will be the last area. Hopefully. I cannot guarantee I'll uphold that. We're going to bring this whole layer up by 1. And then we'll start putting the dirt where it belongs. But thankfully, I still have a lot of dirt left. So if I could smooth out everything that's right here, I'll feel better. Excuse me, Mr. Pig. I still think back to the first Mr. Pig I knew. There's a Minecraft music video called Nelly the Space Squid. If you remember that video, or the song, you're old. You've been around in the Minecraft community for many years, because I'm pretty sure that came out 2012. Potentially 2013. Alright, well that's all taken care of. Every once in a while, I go back and listen to it again. Sometimes I feel in the mood of going back and rewatching and listening old Minecraft songs and parodies. That's one of them I revisit. I'm still sad though, because I don't know if I'll ever get the opportunity to listen to the fantabulous CD releases in their entirety. Oh well. I was only a little too late by about 3 years or so, and it makes me sad to think I've known about this for so long, and then I was just 3 years too late. Sad times, sad times. If I first tried to acquire those CDs when I was originally getting interested in CDs, they were still available, because that was the summer of 2019. And then, too bad I didn't think about it until 2023. Oh well. I understand the joke, but that's indeed not the video, or I should say, not the way the term was intended to be used. I wonder if the video's still around, because I haven't heard it in a couple of years or so. If I really tried, I could find Nelly the Space Squid and music video compilations. There was a time, back in 2013 primarily, where people were creating these, top 10 top 10 Minecraft music videos, top 20, top 50, top 100 music videos. There was even a top 220. I don't know how you managed to find 220 Minecraft songs. Unfortunately, that one was not preserved. Sad times indeed. However, the YouTube page for the top 220 Minecraft songs was saved, so I have the full list of what all the 220 songs were. I just don't have them as that one video. I was also really sad because I was almost thinking that the Splooge Gaming, both versions of his top 100 Minecraft songs disappeared, never to be found again, because I have a screenshot from many years ago when I was listening to the top 100 Minecraft songs on an old iPod Touch from, I think, 2010. No, 2011. And so, where are they going with that? Because I got distracted. I read the comment. So I wanted to try and find one day that original video, and thankfully I succeeded. and hooray. It was re-uploaded though. The original one was claimed by Yogscast, which is kind of ironic because I'm pretty sure both of the videos that Yogscast claimed were parodies of other songs, of regular songs. And so I think to myself, is that really necessary? Well, oh well, too late. So eventually that was re-uploaded without those two songs. And thankfully, both copies of the compilation are around. Hooray. They're not the full resolution, either 480, 360, or maybe 720p, but I don't think so. So anyways, the good stuff is saved. Splooge Gaming ended up rebranding to something else years later, and I don't know what he changed the name to. There was also an alternate account he used back then, because that's where he re-uploaded the top 100 Minecraft songs. And I can't remember what it was called. I'd have to go back and find the video. I have it. I have a mini archive of Minecraft song compilation parodies, because I think back to what I was doing back in 2013. Minecraft songs that came out between 2012 and 2013 are classic to me. You got Minecraft songs from 2010 and 2011. Those are a little rough, though. They do not have the same level of polish of what ended up coming out later. I will say, though, both Revenge and TNT came out in 2011. Those were rather ahead of their time for the quality they had compared to a lot of the other parodies. Creeper on the roof. I may or may not have heard it before. Most of the Minecraft songs I've heard have come out earlier than 2016. Because by then, I wasn't listening to Minecraft parodies anymore. I listened to them a lot in 2013 and 14. 15 started dying down. Good times, good times. And look, you see in this? Where did all that messy terrain go? It's all filled in now. Hooray! And then I kind of just realized, oh wait, the stuff is nearly gone now. Because this is my last 62 pieces of dirt. At least, that was from the first shulker box. Hold on, let me just say goodbye to all of this. Say goodbye to the grass. Goodbye, grass. Oop, let's put that down. Fortunately, there's stone underneath. That stone's gonna have to go. No exposed stone in my world, even though I know there are people who really like seeing exposed stone patches. I don't like seeing stoners in public either. I understand. Alright, there we go. Now I'm happy, because this area is now good building ground, because of how large of a flat area this is. I think, though, we're just going to spend the last of the dirt we have here, and then the other shulker box we're going to spend filling in what needs to really be filled in. And I'm kind of looking at this and thinking to myself, maybe I should just get rid of the water. I don't particularly need this water here. Oh, it hasn't been updated. Okay, maybe the water can stay for now because it's not falling over the edge currently. And chances are it's going to remain this way for a very long time until one day I accidentally block update it. I'm kind of glad that optimizing the world doesn't go through and block update everything, because I feel like that would cause a lot of problems for pre-existing worlds. A lot of special stuff people do with blocks that were not updated properly. Alright, there you go. Alright, with that taken care of, let's go pick up the other shulker box and spend it where it needs to be. Oh wait, hold on. I have a couple holes I have to fill in first. Because I can't stop seeing terrain that I must smooth. That's why it's called compulsive terrain smoothing. I just have to, boop, get rid of that, you know. Make sure that doesn't go backward either. Fill in this extra piece because it's rather short. Alright, now we're good. I'm saying that now because if not, we're going to be here for a while. So I don't know what I was originally doing with all this. I want to say I was planning on keeping it. You know, I could just not fill it in. What if I grabbed snow? What if I just ignored all of that? I see the sun going down though. Pretty soon here we'll need to reset the weather timer. Oh wait, hold on. This is what was happening. The torches. Alright, hold up. Let me Alright, I know what to do. I know what I have to do. So with this dirt, I need to fill in one layer first. Oh, you know, here's what I'll do. I think I will indeed just get rid of all this. I was planning on keeping the hole down here, and then I realized, wait, the torches are gonna melt the snow. So I'd either have to keep digging down, or not. It's 3 a.m. Is it really 3 a.m. over there? You're up late, because I catch my Z's by 10 p.m. Can't say 2200, then I had to think about the conversion. Ravage people. Wednesday morning, 3 a.m. Great album. Well, if I break the torches, what would happen is there would be darkness down here. Bad guys would spawn. I don't want the bad guys to spawn, which means I would need at least one layer of dirt. But I can't walk around in one layer of dirt under regular circumstances, which means I'd have to crawl around down there. Instead, I decided to go back to my original plan, which was just fill it all in. I don't need a mob spawner. I already have a mob spawner and technically a green bean and a skelly bum spawner, although that's my record farm. That's not the same. I have the Enderman farm. That is considered a mob spawner. I also have the arena. I have the spawner blocks in there, although I do need to say I haven't even tested that out in a while. I feel like it had a problem. I can't remember what was wrong with the arena after I fixed the spawners. I think it had a fundamental issue that I didn't know how to address, but I didn't feel like going to. So, we're going to deal with that later. We're probably going to run out of time. I should say, we might not run out of time for this. I could probably get through it today. Mob spawner or Rob Spawnum? I've not heard of that before. It occurred to me, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of here. In fact, I don't even know how I'll do this in the first place. Oh, you know what I could do? I could put a door. Once I build wherever I want the hut to be, I could make a tunnel underneath. And then have the door popping out on the outside. Yeah, we are getting low on today, though. Not much time left. Oh, time to grab more dirt. Back to your how about I just place both of these down. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the comedically small house yet, but I'll figure something out. I was thinking of just making it an igloo. I feel like that's gonna be rather boring. I'm already pretty sure it's gonna be boring having all the singular snow here. You know what I could have done? I didn't even need to put snow blocks as the bottom. All I would need to do is keep it as dirt and then just fill in snow layers. Was that meant to be a tongue twister? I don't know if you've read that before, if it's just something you came up with. See, what's day 23rd? Kilo's journey ended 5 years ago on, I think, the 18th. Or the 20th? I can't remember. I should have enough dirt for this, right? Probably. Famous last words. Because I'm going to be a little, I do have plenty of dirt. But I feel like the amount of dirt I'm going to have after this is going to be very low. Thankfully, I do indeed still have more dirt back at home. Hello to you as well. Welcome to the stream. Oops, missed a block. No blocks left behind. If I didn't care about the torches, I would have just put the dirt over. But because I do care about torches, I have to pick up every single one of them in here. And I made a mathematical error at some point because now I'm back at 49. No odd numbers for me, please. Safety torch. Put it on the porch. I remember that. I don't think that's technically a Minecraft song, but people ended up including it with some compilations. Dirt skyscraper. We'll see. You just gave me the image of an entire building. In fact, something like the Empire State Building, but made entirely out of dirt. Started your own Polyworld thing. That's cool. How's it going so far? I'll probably find some use for this dirt. I don't think pyramids count as skyscrapers, because if you say skyscraper, you usually think office or residential building. I don't know what the technical definition of skyscraper is, though. I looked it up at some point within the past couple years. I don't know. Classic 12A. Pretty good. If you're asking me about Polyworld server, you talking Polyworld Discord server or Polyworld Minecraft server? The Empire. Empire dirt building. Empire dirt building's not a bad idea. I should write that down on the bounty board. If I don't write it down, I'm gonna forget. Minecraft and Discord server. The Minecraft server is gonna be harder to manage. The Polyworld Discord server, we're getting there. Keep bugging me about it. Keep bugging me about the Discord server. That'll speed up the process. I don't think I need that much. Well, I'll just take 3 stacks anyway because I have 3 hotbar slots. There we go. Hooray! Now it feels like a snow globe, even though I look up and it looks nothing like a sphere. Oh well. That's okay. Kinda. Let me grab my Soak Touch pickaxe to make sure that when I leave this place I can put everything back. Alright, cool. Now it's kinda getting there. What I'm thinking of doing is picking up the... No, you know what? I could just get rid of all the dirt that turned to grass. I was planning on having grass be surrounding edge, but I feel like it might be better if I use dirt instead. Snow blocks midair to count as falling particles and whatnot. This is supposed to be a snow globe. I feel like the server, or the Discord server managing the Minecraft server would be redundant. Maybe you're just a Discord addict. A lot of people these days are. 90% of everyone I know on Discord has a dedicated server. With everyone having their own dedicated servers, I don't need my own dedicated server. That, and I don't want to moderate it. If people want a dedicated Zonator community server, feel free to make one. And I'm already gone back to smoothing out the terrain here. Alright, no more terrain smoothing after this. Alright, so with that taken care of, I have the dirt, I have the snow. The next thing to do is build the proper house, and also come back with some snow layers. We don't have much time left. I don't know what to do for the house though. Something wooden. I could make it like a cabin. So we're coming back with snow layers and stuff for log cabin. Oh man, now this terrain's messy. Let me just fill that in. And then let me fill all this in. I totally could have finished it today, except the amount of dirt I placed down. The thing with having a dedicated Minecraft server Polyworld comes down to once you update, and that's that. With constantly starting new worlds in old versions, it doesn't seem proper. Minecraft multiplayer also wasn't very good until Alpha 1.2. But Alpha 1.2 as a version also has its own problems, like now you leaf decay. Beta's an improvement. Although technically Alpha 1.1 is playable. 1.1.0 was the first server version that was playable, with stuff saving, tile entities working and whatnot, and player inventories. For the concept you're referring to, I feel like the only way that would work best is if there was one dedicated world in modern versions and people made their own smaller worlds and then sent those over to add to the large world. Because it's not scalable having dedicated through the version server, because at some point you're going to hit modern and that's all that. Okay, so then I understand your idea better now. The project management for that sounds like a big hassle. We'll see if stuff like that's been done in the past, because I know you have something like Build the Earth going on. I think it's still going on at least. I haven't heard any updates from that project in a while, but I'm pretty sure Build the Earth is still happening. That's still about worth it. If you want to take the time doing all the logistics, feel free to do so. Otherwise, expect slow process on anything like that. Per month updated. There needs to be a community first, because if I'm expecting to be top of the line for that, I have a very small community in regards to how many people play Minecraft. Even narrowing that down, how many people play old Minecraft. Stuff still spawns on my ramen statue, or my ramen memorial? I don't know. It's not a statue, because it's not solid structure built up. Huzzah! I jumped out of bed. I'm now currently on top of the carpet. Alright, so with that taken care of, what's dirt and what's not dirt? This one's totally empty, so it goes there. This one doesn't have much dirt. Let me pull out the snow as well. Alright, we're gonna keep some dirt on me. And then I can keep the snow. We could toss all the mob drops. And now that one's empty. So I need snow layers and enough for a small house. Enough building materials. If you want to start figuring out order of operations for how to handle the different worlds, how to accept and whatnot, feel free to do so. I can always work on the physical combining aspect. Alright, so we are looking for the snow. If I have snow blocks here. Okay, so I do have snow layers. We also have just a couple minutes left of the day. We're almost done here. We're not going to start building because we don't have time, but I will be able to finish up I should say I will be able to start getting stuff down first. I'm just trying to clean out all of these that I don't need on me. Zombo flesh is still in inventory slots. There was a project kinda similar to what you're referring to, except instead of being on a per world basis, there's a per chunk basis. There's a museum, some sort of Minecraft museum, and it has, you say 1 minute warning, but if you look at the timestamp, it's 12:01. But anyways, there was a Minecraft museum project where it was one chunk all together in one world of massive amount of worlds, either in the hundreds or thousands. I don't think it passed 10,000. I don't think there are that many worlds. But having one chunk from each of those Minecraft worlds all together in one row, rather interesting concept. Although for this, everything would be much more tightly packed. And so I needed first a door. And we're not going to build out of oak. We're going to make this out of... we're going to make this out of spruce. Because spruce trees and taigas and all that. Thankfully, I have a lot of spruce wood. Good job, me of the past. So I need the one spruce door. I'll probably just take the logs with me. We'll hold on to a little bit of glass as well, because I realize I'll need to put windows. In fact, how about I just throw all this in here real fast. Then I can put the cobblestone back. Polyworlds with multiple players. I haven't thought that far ahead. It'd still just be a polyworld though. Polyworld is a very broad term. That just means many worlds. Or I should say multiple worlds. Although in the Minecraft sense, I've officially declared it to categorize the different terrain generators. And of course, if it encompasses multiple platforms, that's still a polyworld, but you get to add the extra tag of multi-platform polyworld. Which means we'll need to also accept multiple platforms, which means we gotta get converters for all of that. Thankfully, Bedrock and Legacy Console are already good to go. 3DS. I haven't looked in on the 3DS converter. I should check back in today. But it's getting closer. It'd be cool if that was ready by the end of the year, but we'll see. Yeah, I have a plan for time frames and whatnot, in which case I can spend the time getting all this stuff done, whatever would be needed for setup. And it's not gonna be soon. Yeah, that's indeed all it for today. So we'll be back again next time, working on this. And yeah, I'll be putting a tiny house inside the snow globe, and then we'll indeed be going from there. Thank you all for watching. Bye.